Alex with That Nerd Show. How you doing?
Hey, I'm Kirk.
Nice to meet you, Kirk. All right, so I'm Alex Moore with That Nerd Show. I'm talking with actor Kirk Johnson and this gentleman in the back here. And we also have Chris McInroy, director, and Bird. Are you named Bird Peterson? I got it right? Yeah, okay.
Right there.
I myself happen to be a fan of music composition because I have an uncle who's in the business, so I always find it interesting when I get the chance to talk to somebody who does music because you don't get that chance very often.
It's a big deal for me.
So tell us about Bad Guy Number 2. This sounds like a really interesting idea. What I read about it is labeling it as a gordy. It's sort of you got a guy in the crime business who's moving up in the crime ring, but promotions in the crime ring, it's not necessarily as positive as it might be in the real world. So what was the story behind this? What was the inspiration for this idea?
It's just from watching a bunch of crime movies in the 90s style, and always seeing a guy in the background who just, the story is not told about him. So what's he up to? Like, is he going to get promoted? Is he going to go tell his wife? Like, what's his? Is it a choice to be in the bad guy business? And he fall into it? So yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so you're actually playing Bad Guy Number 2 in this film. So what did you think of this when you heard about this idea to kind of bring the guy in the background to the forefront for a story?
I thought it was awesome because it was what he wanted to do with it. He wanted to make it super bloody, and those are movies that I like. And I also thought it was a very funny premise to give this background character his own movie.
Okay, and now to the music. I'm curious about this. I haven't heard any of the music, of course, but I'm curious about what was the process. Was there a style that he was looking for, and you were kind of the right guy for the job?
We've worked together quite a few times.
Okay.
It's probably the third film that we've done together, and so I feel like when he told me the idea, I kind of already knew where he wanted it to go. And luckily, that's where we were. I wanted to just make it cinematic, climactic, pretty sexy, sexy in the worst places. Yeah. When you're working with a guy like Kirk Johnson, you go sexy. Kirk Johnson.
It's Kirk Johnson.
But Kirk wasn't. When we had to change it over to Kirk, I was like, all right, I might be able to still go sexy.
Yeah, it did change it.
Yeah. I'd like Turk to work on it better.
So what was your inspiration for the music exactly? It was based
I'm
on...
a big fan of people like John Bryan, who can kind of create melody and then ride that melody out through the entire movie. So
John Mayer.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Frankie Benjamin.
Really into Chevelle lately. Benjamin Button. Yeah.
Just the visuals of that.
Okay.
The idea
It's a good
that
mix.
visuals can inspire music is, I think, something that, just be yourself. That's all you gotta say.
Okay, now very quickly, just for our actor here, if you could play a superhero or a supervillain in a movie, who would you pick?
I'm not a big superhero guy.
Oh!
Can I do Star Wars?
Yeah, we love Star Wars.
Play a Jedi.
That's the ultimate. Yeah, exactly.
That's a hero,
Yeah,
Which
that's
Jedi?
the ultimate hero. Qui-Gon Jinn.
Of course.
We lost him too soon.
Yes.
Lost him too soon.
Well, guys, I want to thank you for your time, and we look forward to this film. It sounds like a great idea, so I think it's going to get a great response.